Hey, everybody, we're doing a new thing. We're doing the rewind reel. So we handpicked this episode because we thought that there was tremendous value. Check it out, re-listen. It's always good to sharpen the what?
The rewind wheel, the brain, the sword.
It's philosophy without technology is an empty victory. So the 5am Club has my best philosophy. You know, it's like big picture. What's life about? What's a true leader? What's going on in the world? How should we live our lives? In my estimation, you need philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
You know? The great Roman emperor Marcus Aurelius, he said, you must be a philosopher. We have to be thoughtful. What is a great life? What's going on in the world? But philosophy without technology, or I'll make up a word because I like you guys, you know, tacticology, without tacticology, gives us no traction around our ambitions. And so the 5am Club has philosophy, then it has mental frameworks, the four traits of history makers, the 20-20-20 formula, the 10 rituals of daily genius, these frameworks that make it very, very clear, the habit installation protocol, because a lot of us, we need a model, and then we go, oh, I understand the philosophy because this makes sense. But then philosophy without frameworks still need the tactics. Like, what do I do this morning? Right? What do I do in that first hour? What do I do at 2:00? There's something called the 10 tactics, which is that model. Mm-hmm. And one of them has revolutionized the lives of my top clients, and it's called the second wind workout. So at 5:00, or you finish work at 6, if you guys believe, or your audience believes, that exercise is a game changer, and it is, then why would you only do one workout a day? And so what I'm going to do at 5:00 or 5:30 is I'm going to go for a nature walk, and I'm going to hydrate more, and I'll listen to some audiobooks or some podcasts. I'll get another hour of exercise. I will, beat any tiredness, and then I'll be very present and loving and on my game with my family tonight on our family dinner. So the second wind workout is powerful. And, there's so many tactics in the book, including the 2 massage protocol, but I think that we should keep that a surprise for your audience, unless you want to talk about it.
It's so interesting. And all of these tactics will help you become so much more present when you turn off work, because you spoke to how important that is, right? To get, okay, it's off, and then pivot. And now you're with your family, and it's time to be present. So many of us are here with our phone. We're with our wife, and everybody's on the phone. You look around a restaurant and you're not being present. And if you have your mind and your heart right and your health right, you can do that. You're not tapping your legs and looking at the thing. And it's fascinating.
Absolutely, Craig. I think one of the greatest gifts we can give a human being, whether it's a client, to use the term of the insurance industry, whether it's a supplier, whether it's your child or wife or husband or a stranger on the street, one of the greatest gifts you can give another human being is the gift of the fullness of your attention. Presence is powerful. You get on an airplane, and if the flight attendant doesn't look you in the eye and say welcome, they might lose a client. You get home at night and you're playing with your phone because you're addicted to likes, or watching bikini pictures, or Speedo pictures, whatever the case is.
I didn't know they had those.
Yeah, neither did I. But anyway. But yeah, I'm not saying that's what I'm doing in my free time. But like all joking aside, like with family, I think our children and our partners, they really need us. They really need our presence. And I think I read an article, and it said Steve Jobs never intended the iPhone to be used as it is. It was an article, I believe, in the Atlantic. Mm-hmm. And he said, in the interview, they spoke to when he unveiled it, and he said, "Hey guys, this is an iPod that's also a great phone." And so I don't think the technology was intended. When I walk on the streets, I pretty much see everyone crossing on streets, walking. They've got this and they're looking at their phones. And I think, especially with family, you've got a very short window before your children grow up and live lives of their own. And I think, put your phone away. Like I teach these tools at my events, but I call it in the 5 a.m. club, I call it the tight bubble of total focus. And I talk about the 5 great hours concept. All you need to do is 5 great hours of work in your day and then go mountain biking. Because most of us take a week of work to get 5 world-class hours in. Why don't you just get your 5 world-class hours in? And I teach you how to structure your ecosystem in the book so that you do monomaniacally focused work in those 5 great hours, and then take your kids to an art gallery. But one tactic is when you get home, put your phone in a baggie, okay? Just to be super tactical. And then close the baggie. And then put the baggie in the trunk of your car. And then go into your home and be present with your family and cook for them or laugh with them or make them, just connect with people. And it's going to bring back so much harmony in your life. And it's going to help you make more money, be more productive. And it's going to help you be a better business person, because our psychic pain is really what's costing us our fortune.
I love that. And I am a victim of that. And I think most people are, but totally. I have 4 kids at home, a newborn up to 7 years old. And really, when I get home, it's so easy to, check emails, or what you think is going to be a short period of time ends up being the night, and you don't have those connections. And then you look back and, oh yeah, my daughter wanted me to do this and I didn't do it. And yeah, it's huge to be able to, I love that tactic. I'm totally using that.
Yeah, well, and Jason, you're very honest to say that, but just imagine at a subconscious level. We're talking about heart set. This is why it's not just mindset. At a subconscious level, imagine how the deeper, higher, wiser, most aware part of you is feeling, knowing that you're playing with your phone with your family around. And guess what? We're all guilty of that. And guilty is the word, because it builds this, what I call a field of hurt within us, this guilt, this shame, this anger. And that's what I'm saying. Like, mindset is, okay, go read the productivity books. And that's important.
Right.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, what about heart set? What about all that guilt, shame, anger, frustration that builds up? Isn't that the real block to elite performance? Isn't that the real block to intimacy? So we build a high performance team and a wonderful family. So heart set without mindset is a fool's game, I believe.
Yeah, I love that. That's true. There are a lot of consequences that people don't think about when doing this. They think about the consequences on the surface level. Oh, my job, my work, I got to check these emails, I got to respond to this. That's so surfacey. But what does that trickle down when you start responding and all that stuff into
what's that trade-off?
Life? Yeah, huge.
Big trade-off.
Well, if you want to go even deeper down the rabbit hole, a lot of the 5 a.m. club is about owning your primal genius. I believe, this is just my opinion, when we are born into wisdom. We are born into this luminosity. We are intimate and connected with who we truly are. And then the world does start to take us away from that. And it makes us sheeple. It makes us a part of the herd because it wants us to fit in. And so what starts to happen? Potential unexpressed turns to pain. The more you betray what you need to really do in your life, the more you betray your gifts and your talents, the more you become busy being busy versus doing work that changes the world, you build up this field of hurt. It's all this unexpressed pain. And you're right. It does have a cost. Even at a physical level, what is disease? Dis-ease, cancer, diabetes, stroke. Isn't a lot of that comes from inflammation we're learning? Well, inflammation, I believe, comes from a lot of these toxic emotions. And if you don't learn how to process through guilt, shame, anger, frustration, it gets repressed in our subconscious. Carl Jung, the great psychologist, called it the shadow, the great unconscious. And I think most of us, we've got this repressed field of hurt, as I call it. And we wonder why we medicate ourselves with busy work and the phone and alcohol and worry and complaining. You see how deep this goes down the rabbit hole? And that's why the 5M Club method is a game changer. Because if we're just doing the mindset work and reading and getting it into a cognitive level, we're still repressing all that is. And so a quick idea is to heal a wound, you must feel a wound. And the more you start developing intimacy, and this is another conversation, the more you start learning how to feel your emotions, which is what society tells us not to do, especially as men, you actually heal the emotion. As you heal the wound, you start to build intimacy with your gifts and talents and your wisdom, and you start to trust instinct, and you become this superhero because that's who you truly are. Before, to use Neo's terms in the Matrix, the world pulled the wool over your eyes.
Love it. I mean, you are obviously following your passion. Thank God you got out of the law business, because I mean, honestly, this is the amount of value you've just brought everybody. It's just, I personally can't wait to re-listen. I can't wait to read the book. I know we're a little pressed on time right now, and I want to respect your time. And I know that you have other engagements. What else? Is there anything that we didn't ask, or anything else that you'd like to share that?
I would say one thing is a few final things, very important. I think I know insurance professionals deal with this, and I think, I do want to offer the point, which is elite performance without deep recovery leads to asset depletion or an empty well. There's a model in the 5M Club. It's this one. It's the twin cycles of elite performance. And what that model explains is this: the greatest performers alternate bursts of brilliant work with periods of rest, recovery, and enjoyment. So in the book, I talk about one of the tactics, the 60-10 method. Work for 60 minutes with total focus, no technology, real work, versus fake work. And then go for a walk for 10 minutes. And then come back and do another sprint, and then take another 10 minutes. And this is a little disruptive. Every 3 months, take at least a week off. No phone, no technology, on a beach, in Rome, in Helsinki, in wherever, and go to art galleries, and have fun. There's a concept I teach at my weekend events called the $1 Million Weekend Strategy. In $1 million, you can download ideas that'll make you, some of my people have made 10, 20, 30 $1 million from it. It basically is this: put away your phone, spend 2 days taking care of yourself, going to art galleries, resting, getting massages, recovering. That is how you get out of your prefrontal cortex and into flow state, where you get the ideas that allow you to change the world. So make the time not only to be working, but to be resting and recovering and having fun. And I think the final thing I would say is, towards the end of the 5am Club, there are 11 letters that Mr. Riley, this billionaire tycoon, has written. And it's really the 11 letters on how to scale a fortune, but not only monetary fortunes, fortunes of joy, freedom, and peace. I call it JPF, joy, peace, and freedom. I think that's what we really want. And I just offer this reminder, which is life is really short. And I think ultimately life is about doing joyful work and finding joy in your days. It's about being creative and productive. The book obviously has a lot on that. But what is the point of us being great producers with empty hearts? I mean, Emerson said, well, without a rich heart, wealth is an ugly beggar. And it's not only joy, it's peace. I mean, a peaceful life is so important. And it's not only joy and peace. I believe it's freedom. Like I've met ski instructors who have more freedom and better lives than billionaires because they're in their own lane and they're living on their terms. So I just wanted to offer the importance of let's get out of that comparison culture and that machine and hustle and grind culture, and let's get to a prosperous life and a high impact life and an artistic life and a creative life, but a soulful life where we also, make time to love our family and remember, we're part of a community here. Let's get away from all the selfishness that it's easy to fall into the trap of being a part of.
Oh, it's so awesome.
Love it.
Thank you, Robin Sharma. This has been an incredible 45 minutes. We really appreciate everything you've brought. The listeners can find you at your website, robinsharma.com. There you have podcast, the book, The 5 a.m. Club on Amazon. And then I'm sorry, you were going to say something.
No, sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead, please.
No, unless I miss, I think, and then all the books. I mean, you have
everybody go out and get this book. That's it. That's the bottom line. Go and get it. It will change your life.
Yeah, here's the cover. A lot of people are asking me, is it on an Audible? Because a lot of people are loving Audible books right now. So it is available as an audiobook on Audible.
Perfect.
Right, Craig, it's on Amazon. It's in most good bookstores around the world. And I do want to mention a portion of my royalties is going to help children suffering from leprosy, which is a huge cause for me. And there is a free 66-day video-based training program that comes with the book, no charge whatsoever. Really a world-class training program that you get via the app. And the link is at the end of the book. A lot of people are saying, like, where's the link? It's at the end of the book. And I just want to thank all the people who are reading it, who have made the 5 a.m. Club. It's currently one of the best-selling in the books in the world right now. And it's incredibly humbling because I worked so hard and I really wanted to be an instrument of service to people. So thanks a lot for your time, guys. It's been super fun.
Thank you for your time. Such an honor.
So much gratitude. Thank you so much, man.
Thanks, guys.
Yep. See you, Robin.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Hey, Jason.
Yes, Mr. Craig.
That was another awesome episode, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if people want to get a little bit more action and learn how to write 100,000 in premium off of even the worst internet leads, where could they go?
They can go to live.teledudes.com.
Ooh, that sounds exciting. Are we going to be there?
Yes. It's a weekly call that we're doing right now it's live, and it will show you the process. The entire process is super awesome.
I love it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Sign up right now, live.teledudes.com.
Live.teledudes.com. That's live.teledudes.com.
Hey, Craig, there's a new community that we are starting that I cannot wait to tell everybody about. It is our live texting community where you and I are going to answer people's questions and give them free content, right?
Are you kidding me? We get to talk to them?
Yeah, which is awesome, but they have to opt in. They have to text us at 520-214-2219. That's 520-214-2219.
Nice.
Craig, are you going to respond to these texts?
I'm going to respond to them for sure. Live.
I'm into it too. It's going to be awesome. And it's going to be our new texting community where we're going to get back to everybody that we can and drop some crazy content, free content, and free the calculator that you just came up with. That's right. The calling calculator, sales material. I mean, everything for insurance agents. This is it. It's the best texting community out there for insurance agents.
Well, what the heck is that number again? I can't remember it.
It's 520-214-2219. That's 520-214-2219.
I love it. I'm going to text it right now.
520-214-2219.
All right. I'll see you later, Mr. Jason.
Bye, Mr. Craig.
Wait, do they even listen to this on the radio anymore?
I love it. I love it.
Nice.
All right.